live at the Saratoga City Center at that event. We didn't go live. We ended up not going live there. But these are the pieces that I made there while I was carving, and now I need to get them sanded up and burnt and ready for paint, get some paint on them and whatnot. So I figured I'd go live with you guys while I worked on that. So be sure to give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you've never been here before. And if anybody's interested in some work, you can check out that shopping bag or the shopping tab that's on the live here or on the main page. I have available carvings there ready to ship out, free shipping in the United States. We've adjusted some prices on a few of those. We've also got like the dust masks, ear protection, and the jaw horse on there for anybody that's looking for those items as well. If you guys are here, you're hanging out, tap that screen. Right now I'm cleaning up some mushrooms we carved over the weekend and prepping these for paint. Actually, they're already for paint, so. Do a little red on the tops of these. I got one more I gotta do a little shaping on, but a little chilly out here today, so these will end up in the shop. I get a little warmer weather, I'll do some white dots on them. And these will go along with some gnomes that I've carved up and that I'll end up carving more of, more than likely. It'll kind of be that, red topped. Kind of like these ones a little more though than the flat top, but I'll end up with some white on them before they're done. Let's see here. Got this one. I carved this one up here in the tent a while back. I think on a live. Gotta take the die grinder though and clean it up. Get that one painted, and then we've got oh geez, we got a fox, 3 bears, horse, the wall mount, wall art, I mean. We got a bunch of stuff. We got a few pieces that are split, cracked. Those got to get, they've already been filled, but they got to get carved up, cleaned up. Right now I got these 2 and this one. Need to get final shaping. What's going on, Bear and the Boss Lady? Hope you guys are doing good. Thanks. Yeah, just kind of doing detail work. I'm cleaning up and getting stuff painted from the show from the weekend. Yes, sir. Hit that like button if you guys are hanging out. Feel free to comment. Where's everybody from? What's the temp? I think we're like 35 out here today, upstate New York. Just prepping, getting some pieces finished up here, sanded, ready for paint. The event I did this weekend was a lot of fun. We had quite a few kids come through that were really interested in chainsaws and carving, which was awesome because it's just like a woodworkers event. Like bowl turners, pen turners, furniture builders, that sort of stuff. So I was the only actual chainsaw carver there. There is chip carving and things like that going on. But it was cool. It was cool to meet some kids and kind of inspire them to, you know, continue after it. That was pretty awesome. What's going on, Michael? Remember I had quite a few people interested, but there's a father and a son that came through. Son's 12, carved up his first bear recently. So they had all kinds of questions and wanted to watch and stuff like that, which was really awesome. And then had another family. Their kids ended up spending most of their day like hanging out, watching me carve, and in my booth and in my area watching me carve and looking at work and giving me future ideas for carvings, which that stuff's fun. It really is a blast to go and meet people and hang out. We had a good time. I had a good time. My brother-in-law came, gave me a hand, which is always cool. What's going on, guys? Y'all doing well? We had like spring weather last week, and now it's like back to cold. Got to get these pieces all done because I need to get doing some more work on that stair job. Well, I'd rather have these all, you know, ready for paint, finish, and for sale so I can bring them to the next show or have them on the shelf ready to go. If I got stuff on the marketplace, you know, or put them online, but I don't like having a bunch of half-completed pieces just sitting around. Another one. I'll get white dots on them. Let's get to that point. Been thinking about adding mushrooms and gnomes to the Shopify store, but we still haven't had one sale through there. I went through the Shopify store last night, changed some prices, see if that does anything. But anybody new watching, there is available work in the shopping tab. I got carvings ready to ship out. Shipping's included or free shipping in the US, whatever works for you.
couple of these done before we fire the torch up, but maybe these little gnomes to go with the mushrooms. Yeah, it was a good show, Michael. It was a good show. Hey, y'all sick?
Jeez. Jeez. Just start eating some fresh garlic. I usually slice up fresh garlic, cloves, put it on a cracker, sharp cheese, and honey. Start feeling sick. Even if the kids are sick in the house, cold, flu, we start eating that, we usually don't get sick.
Bronchitis, you had that.
Sucks. Yeah, thanks. I got three of those little gnomes over there. This is the last one that kind of needs any carving setup or touch-up work. I carved this a while back here in the tent. Everybody else has kind of had their detail work done for the most part. Stuff I did at the show. And they're ready to get burnt and flap sanded. If you're here, you're watching, you're hanging out, tap that screen. If you want to get a carving, I have available works in the shopping tab, stuff that's ready to ship out. You guys can go check it out, come back to live. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Hit subscribe, come back to live, helps boost the views of the channel. We got 40 people watching with 4 thumbs up. So again, if you're here, help me grow, tap that screen. I do appreciate it. Chainsaw carving, building rustic furniture, running 2 YouTube channels. This is what I do full time. So to have viewers, to get new subscribers, have people hanging out, have people buying my work through the shopping bag or even some merch, I appreciate those things. You guys keep me in business and keep me going.
This was carved up with the chainsaw, and now we're just taking the die grinder and kind of cleaning up just a little bare, just kind of like craft fair pieces. These little pieces like this, they'll spark the idea when you're doing something bigger. Have a general idea for cuts and things like that. What is going on, guys? Yeah, that 021 is going to be the same setup as a 170. It's going to be the same sprocket and same bar and all that kind of stuff there, Michael. Bear's got you right there. Yeah, it all depends on what you buy, right? Bear, what are you putting on for yours? You running steel stuff or you running another brand? I know I end up running the steel carving bars, but I am thinking about getting a 160 MS 162 and putting a 8-inch cannon bar on it for the smalls. But even these, you guys, I'm carving these up with a 12-inch roll nose. I mean, it's not even a dime tip bar, so I do most of that work with this. And then we come through with a dime tip bar to kind of add some more detail. 6 thumbs up, 32 watching. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit all so you miss future uploads, tutorials, and videos like that. And if you want to buy some work, we have stuff ready to ship, free shipping in the US. Check out that shopping tab before you go. Well, that sounds fun. Better make sure it ain't my truck. Nope, it shut off. Drive safe, Bear. Michael, I bought this setup to try for a video. Don't buy it till I put the video out, though. Don't buy this carving bar till I get a video together, because yeah, just wait for that. But
This is a really cheap option on Amazon, but there's some real hiccups with it that definitely need to go over. But if you can get the hiccups worked out, cheap bar. Cheap carving bar. Hit this with a torch here next. 30 watching, 6 thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. Just a little one that was done with some scrap wood. More or less like a little craft fair piece, but these are what I kind of, never really said it out loud, I guess, out of here, but these are what I call idea generators. These help me with future ideas. And when I'm like just winging it, like, oh, you know what, I got a chunk of wood, we're just gonna wing it, see what happens. When you take time though and you do little minis, different ideas and things like that, I feel like it's so much easier when you get into a bigger piece. You have a general idea of what you want to do. 3-4 foot mushroom, that is awesome. I know I got just those little guys. I should do some bigger ones, like a foot, 2 foot tall. Some people like them things. 42 watching, appreciate you guys. Double tap that screen. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit all. Come on back to this live, help me grow this thing. Our views have been a little low lately, but we haven't been live as often. If anybody's interested in carving, I got available pieces ready to ship out right here on YouTube. You can check out my shopping tab. Those purchases are made right through Shopify, and the items on there are ready to go. They're ready to be shipped out as soon as even tomorrow or Thursday. Wait, what is today? Monday? So as soon as no, what the heck is today? What is today? Tuesday? As soon as Wednesday or Thursday, I'll have it in the mail. Somebody's riding. Yeah, today's Tuesday. Get my days all goofed up here. Alright, so let's see. Torch that, sand it, torch, sand, torch, sand, torch, torch. This little owl actually needs a little more work. Fox needs a little more work. Bears are ready to burn, burn, burn. These two need some carving still, so maybe we'll get to those in a minute. Alright, let's see here. So these guys are ready to be flap sanded. Gotta get all that burn off there. Just figured I'd go through and hammer that stuff out. Random games. What's going on? How's it going, Karen? Just working on pieces, wrapping stuff up that I got on that torch. This is the turbo torch. I should have seen if I could tag it in this video. Bear, you can comment on any of my videos and just say, hey Kyle, what's that torch you use with the 20-pound tank? And I'll send you a link for it. Yeah, I'll send you a link. You just got to comment on like one of the other things. I can't pull it up when I'm live, but comment on another video when I'm using it or somewhere and I'll send you a link to it. It's pricey, but it comes with a hose, comes with a regulator that goes on the tank. You get the handle on and off, and you get two of these torch heads. So this one's the big one, but it also comes with the smaller one. Now I ended up buying this because when I first started carving, I was watching a carver live, and where the heck was he carving live? I don't remember the town now, but either way, we were there. I was watching him, and he said, "Oh, you're carving?" I said, "Yeah, I'm just getting into it." And he said, "Man, you know, you're going to use those little torches with the Coleman propane tanks and all that, and they're going to take forever." I know, did you hear that thing? And he said, "You'll go through so much propane." He goes, "Just when you can, save up and buy a turbo torch. You're going to spend around $350 on this setup." And that's minus your tank. These things, they're kind of expensive, but I think it's worth it. I've gotten well worth my money out of this. Plus, it's nice to put the other torch head in there and get down to really fine stuff. And you get a much hotter flame, I think, out of this. Now, in ordering this, I will give you the right link. But if anybody watching is like, "I'm not waiting for a link, I'm going to look for it," you got to make sure it says LP for propane. From what I understand, if you get the other ones, some people have said like you can have issues with the hoses and things like that because they're not meant for propane to go through them. So I don't know. It makes sense, kind of, I guess, but the heck do I know? And anybody that's interested can always comment on another video and I'll shoot you a link to one. What's up, Bay? Ram. Did this at the event this weekend. I was attempting like a kind of like a horse head at that event. That was fun. Something different. Got this out here today. Maybe we'll hit this real quick with the old DA. Thanks, Karen. Yeah, I really, you know, I didn't even have a specific style in mind. I was just trying to fit the likeness in there. Drew it on and was just kind of hoping for the likeness. Pretty happy with it though. It's a first. I don't do a lot of horses, but we're in Saratoga and that is a there's the smaller thing. Go that dark with stuff, but I want to see what happens when we push back all that burn and stuff. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. All right, let's do a little sanding and see what we can do here with this piece. So all the little stuff as it gets sanded and whatnot, we'll probably go live one day and we'll airbrush a bunch of these, to be honest. I think what we'll end up doing is we'll, like with this, we'll just airbrush a little black and add some details with just a little bit of black highlights on the horse. Who are you gonna call? Da-na-na-na. Ghostbusters. Yeah, I think we'll end up taking an evening, and we'll go live and we'll do airbrush work. So like this, we'll get a little bit of black highlights, and we'll paint the eye, and we'll be able to make all this stuff kind of pop a little bit more on this piece. It's always fun trying to give dimension though to something that's flat, you know? It's only 2 inch, so it's always a challenge. It's like, it's the new challenge for me, taking flat pieces and turning it into a piece that looks as though it has more dimension. Alright, I gotta whip through and sand these little pieces up so we can get these ready for airbrush work as well. Also gotta keep an eye on the clock. We got a game to go to later. I don't know what happened there. Quick, my phone decided to go to camera mode like it was gonna take a picture. Hopefully we're back. What the heck? So I went today. It's like a racetrack around here. I know, right? Little bear, he'll get black, and we'll put a little green on the tree top there. Earlier today, I went ahead and had a customer call me. I carved up the 2 horse heads for him on site. If you guys didn't catch it, I got a video, I don't know, it was like last year and a half ago, carving up 2 big horse heads on site. So the customer had called and said, hey man, is there any way to remove that carving from the stump? You have a big saw. So I took the 660 Hall's Forma 660 36-inch bar, and I took the Hall's Forma 888 with a 52-inch bar, and went ahead and went over to cut that stump today. So I videoed it, so that'll probably be a full video this weekend. But that was fun, nice and smooth. That went without a hitch, which was really nice. So it might be a good little video for anybody that has to detach a carving from a stump in the future. Kind of give you a couple little tips in there. I should make it a clickbait video and take a picture. I should go back over and take a picture and be like, and then write like on-site carving disaster or something like that. And then just remove it from the stump where it's not actually a disaster. Little gnome, he'll get some airbrush work too. He got his tongue sticking out. He'll go with those mushrooms we were painting earlier. I want to get all these set though, because these will go into the shop probably tonight or tomorrow, and then tomorrow we'll bring out a few more of those steps for that big project that I've been working on. Yes, please stand by. The wind keeps blowing. The wind keeps blowing and keeps shaking my phone. Yeah, we're losing viewers like crazy today. Down to 0, it says. I think Michael's still here, but this thing's being ridiculous. All right, well, we keep freezing up. All right, we're back. Yeah, sorry, the wind blows, shakes the phone, and it goes into like photography mode for some reason. But if anybody wants a moose, these are available through the shopping bag. This guy will get a little airbrush work. Little airbrush work for detail stuff. Yeah, it's hanging on a Phone's hanging on a clamp, so when the wind blows, it shakes, and then it goes right into camera mode on me. Oh my word, what a pain in the butt this thing is being. Let's see, I can't even make it do it on its own. It only does it when the wind blows. Look at that, shake this thing, it doesn't go into camera mode. But it will when the wind blows. Ridiculous. Ooh, green screen, look at that thing. Look at these. I don't know what that is. Look at that. Look at this. Neato. Alright, let's get rid of that. That's annoying. Oh, that looks funky. I gotta figure out how to turn that camera thing off. Every time I turn around, it shuts off on me. It goes into camera mode. 29 watching, 10 thumbs up. Bear with me, guys, because we keep getting shook up here by the wind and it's messing with my phone. But you guys are here working on tidying up some pieces I carved live over the weekend. If anybody wants to get a piece, check out that shopping bag. We got available works right there ready to ship out. Cardinals, moose, little bears, a bunch of wall arts on there ready to go. Just change some prices, drop some stuff down, see if we can move an item. Who knows, maybe it'll be my first Shopify store and make me want to keep paying Shopify to have it. I'm really on the edge of just canceling the whole Shopify store because since I've had that thing up, paid somebody to set it up, and then I have to pay every month to have it. And currently, it's been just a big money pit. No sales through it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. If we don't have any sales by the end of this year, we might just cancel the whole subscription for Shopify. Cut my losses, you know? Another piece, this will end up in the shop. Like I was saying earlier, we'll go live one of these evenings, and we'll do a bunch of airbrush work. Looks like I'm lagging a little bit, but quick read on that Cardinal. If you want to get one, check out the store tab. I think I had the Cardinals at 80 and I just dropped them down to like 70, 75 on the in that store tab. Trying to see what price point will start moving stuff. 80 bucks shipping included. Right now they're either 70 or 75 shipping included. You can find them in that shopping bag. Either shopping bag's here or it's the 3 dots somewhere. You can click those. But if you guys are hanging out, double tap that screen, hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit all so you'll miss future uploads. This is a Cardinal, not finished yet. We'll slap some red on there, but he'll end up getting airbrush work and we'll hand paint that beak and things. This phone's gonna drive me nuts. For some reason it keeps going to camera mode and I don't know why. Gotta go into settings and see if I can see if there's something I can do to turn off automatic shaking mode or something from the camera, because it's driving me nuts today. Why the heck it's... Well, I know why it's doing it. The wind blows and it goes right into camera mode. Conveniently, it's only when I turn my back to the camera that it does it. These are available right in that shopping bag though. The ones in the shopping bag have been airbrushed. The beak gets hand painted and then they get a clear coat. This is just like that quick base coat of red though before the airbrush work. I think I marked them down to 70 with shipping. 70 or 75 shipping included. Gotta find that price point for that sweet spot. It's amazing. I watch other carvers sell stuff like that. Oh, $100 a pop. Can't sell them for that to save my life. 56 watching, appreciate you. Little gnome. This guy will get some airbrush work. I don't have these in the shop. I don't know if I'm going to add gnomes or not, but if I do, I'll add gnomes. Ah, dropped it on the ground. If I end up adding the mini gnomes in that shop, we'll add mushrooms as well. Either they'll be a set or they'll be separate, you know. But they're not done. They'll still get airbrush work. Like I've been saying, we'll go live. Go live one of these evenings. We'll do some airbrushing together so people can kind of see what things look like. But completed pieces are in that Shopify store right now. I got a handful of things ready to ship out. Appreciate y'all being here. If you're hanging out, double tap that screen. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the bell, hit all. Come right on back to the live. You guys are helping me grow just by being here watching. I appreciate it. If you want to help take this live to the next level and help me out, comment. This phone is making me mad. Comment where you're from. The phone wasn't even moving and it like swiped. I went like this and the phone swiped to my camera. What in the world is going on with this thing? Yeah, anyway, good times. We're gonna have to figure out what's going on with that. Probably need to do an update. Barrel get airbrush work. He'll be holding a trout when we're done. If that's something you want to see completed, hit subscribe. We'll be live airbrushing one of these nights this week. That'll get airbrushed. We'll hand paint those eyes, get some color on the trout he's got. So many projects in so little time, you know? I gotta get like probably 20 bears about this size ready just for one store. So I probably need about, geez, I need roughly 60 if I can get them done. Between the one store and another store that'll end up buying a pile of them, plus other items, so. Yep. I think this year I'm going to leave some of the bears brown for the store though. We'll do a few brown, few black. I had more people asking for brown bears this year. Don't usually get a lot of brown bear requests. Leaving them burnt colored brown, you know. People usually want them painted black around here. There's a question for the 30 people watching. What would you prefer? Black bear or the burnt colored brown bear? Michael says a brown bear. It's like every time I turn my back on this phone, it shuts right off this live. That is driving me nuts. Well, I got to figure out what's wrong with my phone. Appreciate you guys going live with me though. Here's the bear we just finished up. Keep an eye out. We're going to try to go live and do some airbrush work one evening this week. I've got all these pieces that are going to need to get colored and highlighted and whatnot before the next show and for the stores this year. I know my phone is going nuts. The wind is insane, but to be honest, it seems like it does it every time I turn my back on the phone. So there must be some setting acting up or some nonsense. I don't know what the deal is, but appreciate y'all tuning in today. I'm going to jump off this live. Be sure to hit subscribe. Check out that shopping tab for available pieces. We can get those shipped out within days to you. And keep an eye out because I do want to add bears of this size to the shopping store here real soon. They'll be fishing. They'll be holding marshmallows. We'll have welcome bears, that kind of stuff. I got to get my stock for stores caught up first, though, and then we'll put them online. So appreciate y'all being here. Hope you have an awesome day. Keep an eye out. Hopefully we'll be live Wednesday, Thursday. So hope to see you there. We'll see you later.